Hey y'all, Saib here. Want just to make a quick little short episode. This is mainly going to talk about spiritual accountability because I'm seeing a lot of people, especially my generation, maybe even younger. Well, actually, I think it goes through all the generations. But we're starting to see where no one really takes accountability anymore. uh, that's including politicians, right? Where I mean, if you live in the US, you can see when they make a wrong decision, and yet they try to refuse that they made the decision or that it's even bad at all, even though you can see the effects of it. Um, I won't be getting into any specific names, of course, but I'm sure that a few popped into your head. Even if you're outside of the US, I'm sure your government as well. And I'm starting to think that this is a trend because while there's always been people who haven't really or don't take responsibility or accountability for their own actions, it seems more relevant or prevalent today in today's society. Uh, I mean, you might be listening, you might actually as well have that sort of thing, where you shift blame onto others, or maybe your coworkers shift blame onto you, and your work life and your personal life. You know, your family members, they blame you for something that really it's on them. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? But the main reason I want to make this video is because while those things do happen, it should be something that we work toward. I find that if you do take accountability, it's almost like the other person's surprised, which really shouldn't be a thing. I mean, that works in our favor though, because if we're one of the only ones that actually says, oh, you know what, I was dumb, or oh, you know what, yeah, I dropped the ball on that one, it really makes you stand out, and it's like you gain sort of respect from a lot of people. Of course, there's going to be some people where they just treat you the same or even worse, but for the most part, I would say that the response you get back is actually pretty positive because I'm sure a lot of us are tired of hearing excuses, right? Um, Even little kids, right? When I mean, kids are kids, so that's different. But when someone actually says, you know what, I was in error, or you know what, you were right, or something like that, you actually take a step back and you're like, wow, did they really just say that? And then you actually kind of want to not comfort them, or um, but you actually look at them with a different perspective, even comparing them to other people, right? Because it's one of those traits, unfortunately, that's dying out, or I don't really know, but it seems very prevalent in today's society. I mean, and it's everywhere, social media, everywhere. But one thing that I did want to say is that refusing to admit wrongdoing or taking accountability for your own actions is not going to work in the long term. Uh, it might work here and now, and maybe you'll get away with it for the rest of your life. But I mean, in a religious perspective, your actions are going to catch up with you, right? And when judgment comes, especially if you're someone that's a Christian, um, that won't work, right? When you're standing before, God, or uh, whatever judgment, right? You can't exactly defend your point. Like, well, go ahead and try to say, well, it was because of this, or oh, it wasn't my fault because at the time this happened. And sure, of course, there's certain circumstances that um, do sort of help your point, but the point is that you're still refusing to accept that you're the one that made that decision, you're the one that did that. And when I mean, if you try to really shift the blame, I mean, unfortunately, that's not going to work out for you when judgment comes. And even if you're not Christian, and let's say you're Buddhist or whatever, or maybe Hindu, your karma is going to catch up to you. And whether you like it or not, your actions will, you know, come back to bite you. But if you do accept accountability, it's more lenient, especially with Christianity, where, if you really truly say, I'm sorry, I was dumb, or I really made a mistake, then, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be forgiven or for you to have a better outcome. So that's the main thing that I want to say today. Hopefully, this reaches some people, maybe even you begin to think about it yourself and talk to others eventually. Maybe not today, but it hopefully plants a seed in your mind where we can start spreading this throughout society, where a world where we have accountability is going to be a net positive. That's for sure. Uh, when you stop shifting blame or seeing others shifting blame, or actually take responsibility and consequences of their actions, society as a whole, I believe, will improve. But I'm not sure how that would happen. Anyways, thanks for listening. Appreciate you all.